Hi there, students. A codex. Well, a codex is really just a posh word for a book. Originally a codex, before they had codexes, they had scrolls. And the scroll, one of the problems with the scroll is you can only write on the front, you can't write on the back, and it's very difficult to manage. And in the Far East, very often they would have scrolls, but they would do them this way and then fold them backwards and forwards, and this was a more efficient way. But then somebody invented the book. Let's see, this was invented, the Codex was invented, or was invented at about the 1st century AD. And let's see, in Roman times, firstly, people used to write on wax tablets, and then that would be written into a scroll. But then somebody had the bright idea to write this in pages of a book, because you can write on both sides of it. And most of the early Bibles from Roman times were codexes, because they weren't written as scrolls, they were written as books, and this is a codex. Now, today very often people use this word codex to talk about a handbook of something. So you could have a codex of medicines, an official list of the medicines or the medical ingredients of something. But there are lots and lots of codexes. We even have a Codex Warhammer 40,000. Warhammer is a tabletop fantasy war game, and Warhammer has codexes, and this is the handbook of the rules. It's the book which contains all of the rules. There are lots and lots of different codexes. We have the Codex Sinaiticus, which is from the 4th century. The Codex Vaticanus, another Bible. The Codex Alexandrinus, another Bible. There are all sorts of codexes. The Codex on the Flight of Birds is a manuscript by Leonardo da Vinci. So a codex, there are lots of codexes. We have the Codex Alimentarius. This is a list which covers all of the foods that you can eat. The Codex Alimentarius is a modern book. It's something that I think was first written in the 1960s, and it covers everything you need to know about food. And that's the Codex Alimentarius. There are literally hundreds of different types of codex, but a codex is actually just a book where you've got these pages and they're stitched together, they're bound together, and this is effectively the idea of the modern book. Today there are all sorts of ways of binding them together, but a codex is the ancestor of the modern book, and instead of having this scroll, they started to use codexes. And then these codexes particularly are religious documents, because originally these codex replaced the scrolls and the wax tablets of Roman times, and it was a set of pages sewn together. You could have the Codex Juris Canonici. Is a book, codex book, with all of the laws that are in force in the Roman Catholic Church. This codex was revised in 1983. So codex, that people are using it as a posh word to say a handbook, but it just means a book, nothing more. People often use it as to say the book which covers everything about this subject. So yeah, I should have called this channel Codex English, the Codex of the English language. Well, but it's video form as opposed to book form. Yeah, but they're all together in one place. I don't know. So Codex. Let's see. The origin of this word comes from Latin codex, which is a tree trunk or a block of wood. I think this codex originally was a block of wood which criminals were chained to, and then people could insult them. But the codex comes from I think the word for these wax panels. But a codex, a book. Formality, gosh. I think I'm going to give it a 6.5, maybe a 7 in formality. 6.5. Use it in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal writing, but it's just a really posh word for book. Okay, so Codex.